We're going to do a quick market update for tomorrow, what to expect. General gist right now for tomorrow is if there's any pullback or anything like that, looking for 445 still. If there's any kind of pullback, have my heart set on 445s by Wednesday. Tuesday would be nice. The dealers are claiming we're not going to go there tomorrow. So I think that they're mispriced on options for tomorrow. You've got this R2 up here, this 440.25 you're looking for. And then the second one to the upside, 445. Right here, you can't see it on this chart specifically, but right in here. Right, maybe you get we got 440 up there. Come down here, come up here. I've got some calls for Wednesday to say that it'll happen then. So if there's any kind of like sideways doom and gloom on Tuesday. What I don't want to see is a pullback on hourly trigger. Then we go up. Something like that would piss me off. It's like anything down in here, though, be buying. See if they leave us behind. We've got no stops right now on zero dates, so we'll see if it happens today, see if it happens tomorrow. Leave this one up here. As we get into the 3 o'clock hour, I'll give you an update as to what I think happens into the rest of the week. I think we've discussed it a few times this morning. Now, we're going to harp on, I think at the 3 o'clock hour, we're going to harp on 3 specific things for this week. We're going to look at a macro picture. We're going to look at upside macro stuff. And then we're going to look at, hey, why can't bulls be bullish here? When can they get bullish? We talked about that earlier this morning. And then we're going to also talk about what to expect later in the week. There's an argument here being made that I was listening to on news radio this morning, on financial news radio. And the argument or the drumbeat being portrayed right now by this Fed meeting, and they are kind of negative, but when we trade down into one of these things, I get wary of drinking that Kool-Aid. So if we were down, if we were at a high right now, if we were trading like 472 or something, we were rolling into that thing, I'd be like, ooh, bearish. I wouldn't be bullish on it at all. And even if we are bearish into it, like volatility kicks in, a market hedge comes onto the market, I'm not going to expect that much down. So if we even go down into this Wyoming meeting of the minds, Montana, Utah, call all the escorts from the west, from Denver, to go get creepy with a bunch of creepy old men, creepy old grossy, oily fingered old white guys that decide the fate of our economy. I still would expect at least to squeeze into it. So you squeeze up into that event. Then we get some downside movement into the actual event. You tagged weekly trigger, and then we're off and running to the upside. Now, saying all that, though, heading back into the macro side of things, the looming question here is, what are they buying? Like, are they actually buying the S&P 500? Are they buying oil? Are they attempting to buy TLT? TLT trading its lows right now. So where does that money go? Is it staying in the market? Think about it from this perspective. We only have we have major volatility expected. If you think about where we are in the year, if you think about where we are right now, and you're like, hey, I want to start getting long in the marketplace for the moves that we've made this year. How much you going to make on that move higher? So I was talking to a friend whose father wants to enter the market. And this guy's very wealthy, he's wealthy. He's got more than most of anyone you know on FinTwit wealthy. Wants to deploy millions. And so our conversation is stemming around, do you spend millions on a dip buy here? Even if we go higher for that volatility and the panic that'll set in, do you just wait until February where it's like safer? Like, is it just safer? You know, it's like when we were in May, June, when we were in October, you're like, yeah, how much more down can we go? And even if we go down any farther, it's going to bounce quickly. So, like that, putting that kind of risk on the market is a different question than where we are right now. So even where we are right now in the marketplace, it's like, do you buy this? Maybe not. Does it mean we can't go up there? No, we can go up there, but does it mean that it's worth that kind of money? It's a hard thing to do because you like lots of panic sets in, you get crazy, you get kind of maniacal. So we'll talk about that at the 3 o'clock hour. It's 2:26 right now. Got another half an hour left until power hour, sour hour steps in. Still have a small pack of 0 dates on right now. A little bit of roll right now coming up. Push that over so you can see it. Gonna roll right here. Don't like seeing this. No, they're trying to sell that down right there. Is that what they're trying to do? Trying to tell you that that's the top right there. And they're trying to tell you that's top. And try to roll you down right there. All you need to do is get above it. Just get above it. Then you get the squeeze right there. Just got to get above it. Just got to get above it just a little bit. Just right there. There it is. I'll tell you right there. 437.50. That's about where I am right here. DCA right here. If we give this up at any point right here, I'm going to cut the calls loose and try to buy down here. Just added to some 0 dates. Picked up 443s, picking up more 443s here for tomorrow, not for today. So 443 for tomorrow. They're 20 cents right now. So I'm sitting on 443s for tomorrow, 445s for Wednesday. PM. So for the next 20 minutes, Binky, if you're watching, I'm gonna do a quick what to expect the next 4 or 5 days here. What to expect for the rest of this week on live stream. So I'm gonna go to the Weeble chart here, and we're gonna go on a 5-minute here, and we're gonna take a look around the market. I already went over. Look at that! Look at how crooked this thing looks. Look how nasty that thing looks. So, coming into rest of the week here, we're gonna do a quick chat. So we're gonna see if I can. So for this week coming up, okay. So we've got nothing scheduled for today. We've got Richmond Fed Tom Barkin speaking tomorrow at 7:30. Got existing home sales at 10. Goolsby speaks at 2:30. Michelle Bowman speaks at 2:30. I think that you're going to get them to be kind of bull or hot or dovish. I think you do. I don't. So coming into this week, I'm not anti-trading this low down here into the rest of the week into Friday. I kind of like that trade. Now saying that, right? Bulls are like, is the correction over, Cap? Are we not going to hit the price target down here, right? How do I know, Cap, to put risk on the market? And the truth is, you can't put risk on the market until you beat these sellers right here. You've got literally nothing. So this is, like for all the down that we've had for bulls. I'm gonna explain this better to you right now, what I mean by this. So even if you get the reversal here, you need to break above, and you need the hourly trigger to come up and support you for the actual trip higher. That could be a week. That could be 2 weeks. Like you've got like no risk-free trading until you're above this. No risk-free trade, none. And you don't have risk-free trading unless the hourly gets above the daily. And I want to express that to you another way, real quick, so you can understand, have a better understanding of exactly what I'm talking about here. So we're going to switch to the trigger screen here, and we're going to scale out a little bit. Scale out to a 1-day chart. And so you can understand the point that I'm trying to make to you here. So we'll go to a day chart. Let me just delete all this so you can see it. A better way to delete it. Move 11 drawings. Now, there's some fascinating things that I want you to look at here. So is the bull run over? No. Bull run is not over, if you want to know. Not yet, it's not. And what's telling you that? I'm going to show you what's telling you that. And the first thing that's telling you that is this yellow line. Did not follow price. Okay? Did not follow price. Oh, baby, we're squeezing. The yellow line did not follow. I'm serious. That's simple. Try to simplify things around here, and I'm going to show it to you. The yellow line did not follow price down last week. See it? Started to actually flatten out. So not seeing that. End of the world, not here yet for the bulls. Sorry, it's not here yet for the bulls. Now, saying that, I want you to see price when it's above the yellow line, and it confirms, right? 1, 2, boom, we're off and running. Yahoo, we're buying dips, not selling rips, right? Bulltown, right? Woohoo, everything's awesome. Now, saying that, hey, it's not over. Daily trigger's not following us down. Saying that, still, for bulls, price needs to be above the yellow. The yellow needs to start working its way higher. Right? If you want to be a confident bull, you want to see price get above this yellow line. You want to see price action just like this. You want to see green bars. Well, yeah, everything's awesome. Come back down, bounce around here, right? Consolidate. You want to see the hourly trigger come up, pick you up, and start running you higher, right? So you can take that trade. And even then, you've got resistance above. It's going to come back down, try to slow you back down again, pick you back up again, and try to push you higher. So you've got work to do. Like bulls have some relative safety above 445 and real safety above 450. So like bulls, like I say this to bears all the time, right? Like you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. Once you do that, it's all yours. You can take over. It's your time. You're selling it down. Bulls have nothing that they can do. So right now, bulls are not in control, right? They have to get above the daily trigger. They have to get the hourly above, the price above, to go back into a regime of going up and buying dips. Do you see that? Now, I want you to pay attention to this yellow line here, and there's a reason for it. And I want to bring you back to previous examples. Okay, this is a current break that we just had. So we're kind of like right here, right? Price is down here. We're bloodbathing, doom and gloom. Bears all crazy, telling you we're getting a market crash, all that kind of stuff. What you're not seeing in here is this yellow line is not following price. Yellow line 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 not following price. Again and again and again. And only when you see the yellow line following price down to the weekly trigger is it the top. That is the top. So, are we at a top right now? I'm going to tell you, fuck no, we're not at a top. So you think we're at a top? No way, no how. What I want to see up here now, even though we're not at a top, what are bulls expecting here? That's a whole nother conversation, right? What are bulls expecting out of this? Are they just expecting to get up here and trade this 445 and then continuation of the downside? Does the yellow not follow and then it comes back up? You get your double bottom down here and eventually in October you're going higher? And even then, you know, like what this break here in this daily trigger tells you, maybe you're not getting 472 by end of quarter. Maybe you're not getting 480 by December, right? So maybe you lower the expectations here for a bull. Can all that change? Yeah. If you start to see a V-shaped recovery, we break above here before the end of the month. We start breaking up here into end of quarter. Yeah, I'm all with you. Take that trade right along with you. Okay? So for right now, was this the top? Very low chance that's the top. 15% chance that's the top. Will we likely come back up here and trade this before end of year? At least fail this. At least fail 457. Absolutely. Absolutely, we're going to trade 457.50 again with almost like a 70 to 80% chance we're trading that. Maybe not this week. Maybe not next week. Oh, trading 26 cents right now on calls for tomorrow. Trading 34 cents for calls for Wednesday. So are we in doom and gloom? Is this a correction? Is it the top? No, it's not the top. I'll tell you right now, it's not the top. Guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed, like 70% chance, 80% chance. We have not seen the top in the market yet. Where is the top in the market? There is a high probability that it's somewhere right in here, some kind of failure at 455.87. Can we go higher than this and trade those other numbers that we have higher, that 465, 470, 480? Yeah, we can. If we start squeezing and ripping faces off, we can get there. But is it like guaranteed right now, or hey, bulls are in charge of this right now? No. No, it is not. No way is it. Trading 24 cents right now in calls for tomorrow for 443. Trading 32 cents. I should have taken that, and I didn't take that. So, switching back over to a Webull full chart screen. Minimum expectations for bulls this week. Minimum expectations either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to draw this out for you, what the expectation is. Now, we're going to talk about this, too, because last Monday, we sold after the bell. So, right here. Right? What do I want to see tomorrow? I want to see this 440. Today or tomorrow, I want to see this. I don't mind a pullback on Tuesday, but I do want to see this by Wednesday. It's 443, 445. Okay, somewhere in there. That's my expectations. That's what I want to see. Saying that, right? This all means that we have to hold the hourly trigger. Like, you have to hold it. Can't, come into the close today, squeeze up into this close, then begin to sell off, get underneath the hourly trigger, and be bullish, right? You got to switch over and be bearish here if that happens. If you are looking for, if you're like, hey, I missed all this cap, I didn't take any of this. I know earlier in this broadcast, people were like, go to the dark side, take the puts down here. I didn't do that, bought the dip, right? So I'm sure that there's a pain trade going on right now. I'm sure half the stream is pissed off right here where we are right now. So if you're like, hey, Cap, I missed all this. I just want to buy in, Cap. You are looking down here, right where this DCA Wednesday calls if pullback, right here. You want to buy in this. So currently that sits at 437.48. If you have a chance to buy that dip. The worst case scenario, you're buying this, right? starts to bounce and you can take that higher. There's your entry. If it begins to roll lower, you cut yourself out of that trade and you start to sell the market or buy puts. Now, can they get all doom and gloomy into this close like they did last Monday? You're right, they can. So if we get up into this price target into the close today, let's say we trade this for 39.93, for 39.93, and we take the money off the table here, trading 439.49 right now. If we trade this right here, right, and you've been bullish and you've been riding this up, you'll like take the money right here and look for a dip buy down in here at some point after the bell or what have you, or the open if they get nasty and sell this down. So you're going to be sitting on the sidelines until we either hit this target right here for a dip buy or we roll down into right here, this DCA zone right here. But right now, still heading higher. Still sitting on that 6 EMA. Grinding higher, climbing the wall of worry. Still have this here as a tag, and at the end of the day, we'll see if we can grab this little bit right here. Now, 10 minutes passed. If you're looking to sell, if you're a bear, so if you're a seller, you are trying to sell. I'm going to give you a couple places to sell. First target for you to sell is 444 even. And your next target to sell, if it begins to roll, is 438. Let's call it 438. So if you can get underneath 438, start selling again with some stops on the upside of that number. So there's kind of no man's land here for sellers. Sellers want to be selling. Well, it's actually 437. So I'd prefer to, if you're a seller, to sell like 437 and change. Like somewhere below this down here. Somewhere below this, start selling. If we start trading like this right here, hold on a second here. If we start blasting down here, we'll just change it out. If we started blasting down, you'd want to sell any kind of a breather up here, like any of that bullshit in there, and then you'd enter right there. And that's where your leg is to the to 428. That's where that's your sell leg right there to 428, right down there. Otherwise, I am looking for this trade right here, and then I'm looking for this bounce and the continuation of 443, 445. Now, if you're a bull, right? If you're a bull watching this program, or if you're a bear watching this program right now, I'm not on. We'll look at SPX really quick. We're going to talk about SPX on a more macro side of things. Trading 25 right now and 32. Trying to trade this target up here. If I can take the money on both of those trades, I will. We're going to talk about the fundamental thesis of bulls and the hopes of bears and sellers. Now, we did a program on the 23rd, I think. Let me go back and look and see when that program was. Maybe I can show it to you guys. Hold on here. Just a second. Let's go over here. Where is it at? Where am I? Oh, my videos are all, the videos are not in the right place. Yeah, so this, hold on here. I only had 1,000 views. That's hilarious. Hold on a second here. That's even crazier. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm gonna bring this down for you guys. Oh yeah, look at that hourly trigger turning around right now. Look at that hourly trigger turning around. So I'm going to post in the chats. I should have put that in the live chat. So I'm going to post a link to this video. So this is a video that I posted on, I believe, 3 weeks ago on the 23rd. Watch this later. Only got 1,000 views. A private stream for the Discord. Made this stream late night for Discorders. Now, it's public now, but there's the stream. Trading 26 right now. Trading 26 right now. Trading 34 right now on the squeeze higher. Trading 439.59. Squeezing higher, just climbing the wall of war right now. I posted this to you. On to just watch this video and where the market was when I played this video. And it's important for you to see that video because we were talking about we're at like a local top. Does it come back down into the daily trigger, or does it roll into a correction? And do you wake up one day? The idea behind this video is don't be surprised if you wake up this week or next week and we are correcting the market. And so as we corrected this market, dude, come on, just pay me. I don't want 26 cents. I don't want 34. I was up to 36 a minute ago in 445. Trade this number up here. So the idea behind this video is, and the idea behind where we are extends into SPX. So we're going to look at SPX here. We're going to go back to a Webull full chart. We're going to go back to SPX and review that same chart. Give me SPX. So SPX in this daily chart here, we went over this. We've gone over this now 2 or 3 times. And you've got a quarter right here. Trading 26 right now. Let me get rid of that right there. You've got a quarter right here, right? Sorry. You got a quarter right here, and you've got the dip that got bought right there. Right? This did not happen here, did it? We corrected down farther. Right? Now, if that dip had been bought, you would expect into the end of this quarter to tag those upper targets on SPX and on the collar. Now, with this major pullback here, the question becomes, well, can we get to the collar at 46.65 still? Is it feasible? It is. It's feasible. It's feasible to get there. It's feasible to fail this all-time high back here, too. And then this is December right here. Can you actually get the all-time high into December? Trading 27 cents right now. But the key point here is if you're a bull, if you're a bear listening to me right now, if you're a seller listening to me right now, the bull thesis relies upon this happening. They don't care about this failure here, but it relies upon the end of the year, the 31st, getting that all-time high. And I'm going to direct your attention back to what makes this important, and that's this stuff over here, right? It's okay to fail this. It's okay for Mike Barry to come up over here and say market crash, market correction. We know these guys are coming out. We know they're going to come out here. We already know that the Mike Barry, we had a video, a previous video, that said Mike Barry is going to come out here, he's going to come out right here, and he's going to come out right here. Every time we come to this point, and that point, you're going to see Barry's, and people like him, come out of the woodwork. We saw Barry come out the next day, I think, a day or two later, right here, and say, boom, yeah, we're going to have a correction, right? Maybe the end of the market. This is the top, any of that kind of stuff. So bulls, for your thesis to play out, you need to come up here. You're fine to fill that in the middle of the fall. You're actually fine to get up here into beginning of the year. This would keep your thesis alive. If you begin to have failures up here, if you're a buyer and you see bullshit like that, you're going to see a deeper low once we get into the fall. And you can kiss off any kind of like all-time highs into December 31st at that point. And the bear thesis starts to gain some traction. Do you understand what I'm saying? I might get out of here. I might just close here. I'm not paying attention. So the idea being here is if you start saying you can't be a bull and say, oh, we didn't get the failure before all-time highs. Oh, we didn't get the all-time highs. Oh, and we're going to go way up here in 2024. Does that make sense? None of that plays out for you. If you start failing in here, and you start doing this bullshit and bulls get weak, you can kiss off 4,000 and 3,800. Now you're looking at 3,500, 3,600. You're looking at much steeper lows here. And you can kiss all this away too. All that's gone, garbage. All that stuff becomes garbage down the road if you fail to give the reason why bulls think we're going higher down the road. So as we come up here, you're going to expect craziness? Absolutely. You're going to expect volatility as we get up there? Absolutely. We did a whole video on this. You're going to expect volatility. You're going to expect violent moves to the upside. To get there, they're not going to give it to you free and easy. They're not going to say to you, oh, Cap, don't worry about it. We're just going to go straight up. That's like a bear saying that we're going straight down, right? That's not going to happen. Trading 439.62. Do I get my 493 or 439.93 here into this close? So, bulls, is your thesis broken? No. Bulls, dude, like you don't have a choice. Like you literally don't have a choice here. You're not gonna go into don't think that you're going into the end of Q3 and not getting 472. Just don't even think it. Like you have to. If you don't get that 472, you don't get the 465, the 472. You're not up there going, hey, ma, look at me, top of the world on Q3. What do you think happens with the collar for Q4? They're not going 480. They're going to come out with a collar on the end of quarter and be like, yeah, 480, 490. They're not going to do that. And you're not going to get what you want. Even if we get a major pullback in the fall, you're not going to get that 480 JPM collar. And they're going to come out. These sellers will come out on the 31st, and they're going to, or 29th, I think, for September. And they're going to come out and tell you, look at this. JPM just told you, your upside is limited. So you don't want that. Do not want that heading into Q4. Now, you can have a big, nasty, like, downside target in Q4 as long as you got that 480 up there. It'll still be a magnet for you to trade up into. So, and this impacts the thesis for bulls into 2024. It impacts the thesis for the downside targets. I'm going to assure you, I'm going to warn you of something if you're a bull. The moment we know that we're pausing, the moment we know we're going to get some rate cuts down the road, they're going to front run it by months. 2-3 months out, they'll front run that on you. And you really want to know, like, when they front run that role in the marketplace, you're going to need to know the depth of destruction that's coming from that and the length of the depth of destruction that's coming from that. And you don't want to be going into that role and saying, oh, we failed to get all-time highs. You want to say, we got all-time highs. I don't care where we go down here. It's only going to be a bounce for us to rock it up. Examples historically of us not making all-time highs don't end well. Like, they do not end well. There's not many of them. There's only a few of them. But those few that we have are no bueno. They're just not good. We don't need to hold all-time highs either. We just need to go up there and tag it. You go up there and you tag it, then we pull back down, and then we're off and running again. So you don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. No, like if a seller sees that we don't make all-time highs, in my brain as a buyer, I already know that if I don't see that, that we'll sell everything. Like, just start selling. Put a nice fat a nice fat trade against the market a year out from now and just wait for that low because I know that it's coming, right? A nice big fat putback spread in the marketplace, run that for December of 2024, and it's likely going lower than 38. It's likely going to 36 or 33 or 32, 35, somewhere nasty, you know? So there's not much time left for bulls. And that raises that part of the conversation of just looking at that SPX chart right there, right? Raises the question of, is it worth putting that risk on into end of year? Is it? Is it okay to put it on? Yeah, it's okay. Is it okay to put everything into it? Fuck no. As of right now, it isn't. You got to get above the daily trigger. You got to get above the hour, so the price, hourly, then daily. And you got to do it fast. You don't have a lot of time on your hands to do it. And sellers want nothing more. Anyone with a thesis to the downside or a crash or not a correction, anything that's like more than a correction. Anyone with that, like, hey, we're going to 4,000. We're going to roll this over and do the Mike Burry fraud trade, failure to get above, and then roll it back down and see destruction in the marketplace. Those people are looking for that. They don't want to see us trade back up to the previous side. They don't want to see you trade 465. They don't want to see you trade 472. They're not going to come back up to you afterwards and say we're going to 2,800, right? They don't, if you see that stuff, likely not going to happen. If you see those prices to the upside, you're likely going to see whatever pullback happens is not going to be as destructive as that 32, 34, 3,600. You're going to see likely 4,200, 4,000, maybe 3,800 at best. So this is kind of important for you in the bull thesis. Sellers know this already. I'm assuming that most of them do. That they don't want to see us they don't want to see us retest, not even retest, but get a new high on the previous high that we had. They don't want to see the 465. They don't want to see the 472. Guaranteed they don't want to see those things. 100%. I'm telling you right now, the end of this quarter, I'm warning you if you're a bull, the end of this quarter matters. It matters. It matters. It impacts like your end of year. It impacts your down late winter price. It impacts your thesis for 2024, 2025. It impacts everything. It's a pretty big deal. Like it's a big deal. We broke daily. We haven't broken weekly yet. Daily did not come down with price, which is good to see. But you don't have time. Like if you're a bull, man, yeah, it's okay. Is it okay to put everything into it? Fuck no. As of right now, it isn't. You got to get above the daily trigger. You got to get above the hour, so the price, hourly, then daily. And you got to do it fast. You don't have a lot of time on your hands to do it. And sellers want nothing more. Anyone with a thesis to the downside or a crash or not a correction, anything that's like more than a correction. Anyone with that, like, hey, we're going to 4,000. We're going to roll this over and do the Mike Burry fraud trade, failure to get above, and then roll it back down and see destruction in the marketplace. Those people are looking for that. They don't want to see us trade back up to the previous side. They don't want to see you trade 465. They don't want to see you trade 472. They're not going to come back up to you afterwards and say we're going to 2,800, right? They don't, if you see that stuff, likely not going to happen. If you see those prices to the upside, you're likely going to see whatever pullback happens is not going to be as destructive as that 32, 34, 3,600. You're going to see likely 4,200, 4,000, maybe 3,800 at best. So this is kind of important for you in the bull thesis. Sellers know this already. I'm assuming that most of them do. That they don't want to see us they don't want to see us retest, not even retest, but get a new high on the previous high that we had. They don't want to see the 465. They don't want to see the 472. Guaranteed they don't want to see those things. 100%. I'm telling you right now, the end of this quarter, I'm fucking warning you if you're a bull. The end of this quarter matters. It fucking matters. It matters. It impacts like your end of year. It impacts your down late winter price. It impacts your thesis for 2024, 2025. It impacts everything. It's a pretty big deal. Like it's not a it's a big deal. We broke daily. We haven't broken weekly yet. Daily did not come down with price, which is good to see. But you don't have time. Like if you're a fucking bull, man, like you're kind of like the guy that I don't know, like you're left-footed. You're just not following through right now as you should. I have high expectations, by the way. I'm not a low expectation person. So I'm like every pullback better get bought. So, but that is a big thing, right? If you're a buyer or seller's market, you're looking for these things. You're looking for these things into the end of this quarter. You're looking for these things into setting up the rest of the year. Where are we headed? Where's the grand thesis here? And it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look for bulls to give that much up. It's not a good look looking at tens and twos. I'm like, man, not so much. It's not, but like your time is burning, right? But by the time they do pause rates or bring them down or cut rates, like your time is burning. You don't have that time as a buyer, and you need reasons for the market to go up. Like you need a reason for that market to go up there. Some belief that we're near the end, and I don't know if that happens in this meeting this week. That gets reinstilled. I don't know that that Jerome wants this market lower than back to 3,500. He probably knows that he's setting that up right now too. Like, does he know that? Like, you want to bring the market you want to trade the market sideways and down and sideways and up as long as you can. His ultimate plan is for that to happen, to trade this market sideways for longer. It's the greatest gift given to our market, is to trade it sideways for multiple years, 2-3 years. I'm telling you right now, the end of this quarter, I'm fucking warning you if you're a bull. The end of this quarter matters. It fucking matters. It matters. It matters. It impacts like your end of year. It impacts your down late winter price. It impacts your thesis for 2024, 2025. It impacts everything. It's a pretty big deal. Like it's a big deal. We broke daily. We haven't broken weekly yet. Daily did not come down with price, which is good to see. But you don't have time. Like if you're a fucking bull, man, like you're kind of like the guy that I don't know, like you're left-footed. You're just not following through right now as you should. I have high expectations, by the way. I'm not a low expectation person. So I'm like every pullback better get bought. So. But that is a big thing, right? If you're a buyer or seller's market, you're looking for these things. You're looking for these things into the end of this quarter. You're looking for these things into setting up the rest of the year. Where are we headed? Where's the grand thesis here? And it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look for bulls to give that much up. It's not a good look looking at tens and twos. I'm like, man, not so much. It's not, but like your time is burning, right? But by the time they do pause rates or bring them down or cut rates, like your time is burning. You don't have that time as a buyer, and you need reasons for the market to go up. Like you need a reason for that market to go up there. Some belief that we're near the end, and I don't know if that happens in this meeting this week. That gets reinstilled. I don't know that that Jerome wants this market lower than back to 3,500. He probably knows that he's setting that up right now too. Like, does he know that? Like, you want to bring the market you want to trade the market sideways and down and sideways and up as long as you can. His ultimate plan is for that to happen, to trade this market sideways for longer. It's the greatest gift given to our market, is to trade it sideways for multiple years, 2-3 years. It limits the downside damage, even though it's a stagnant market. It reduces volatility in the marketplace on a grander scale, that big rubber band effect that we end up having. So does he want to talk it down? Yes. Is this close enough in horseshoes and hand grenades? Probably. But he knows he's going to have to come out either in this meeting on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and talk it down right where we are to get it down to that 3,500. Or he knows that if we get up to the 4,700, he's going to have to slam it down into that 3,800. Inside of those two question marks is, well, if we trade it, let's say we crash it right now, does it open up the door to a major market crash? They don't want that either. I know you think that they want that, but they likely do not want to see us trade below 35 and then start looking for 1,600. I don't think that's the intent, at least. So I think it's a very complicated thing for them to do. I don't think it's easy here to do it and be able to pull the market back up. I think it's easier to sell a major sell at 472, even 4,800, 472, 4,800, somewhere in there, to do a major sell to the downside and have that bottom be higher than the 3,450, that previous low. I think they want that bounce in that 3,500, 3,600, continue to trade sideways and up. Now, we are pretty fucking close, right? Last week we were pretty close. I mean, what's 170 points? Not a whole hell of a lot. What's the risk, though, if we trade below that 3,500 is when you start to bring in these major lows like 26, 16 again, 14 again, mass paranoia, all that kind of stuff. And you need catalysts for that, too. What are those catalysts to make that happen? You're not just going to trade it without catalysts, right? So it's like Jerome's going to look down the road and be like, well, if we start trading down there, what catalysts are there to send us to start crashing this market even harder and heavier? Trading 23 cents right now. Getting a little bit of a roll in his close. Still long for calls for tomorrow and Wednesday. Want to see that 439.93 get traded if we can trade it into this bell. If we do trade this right now, I'm going to end up taking those calls off the table and be flat into tomorrow. We'll see how this works itself out. It's now 32 past the hour. Coming into the close. Yeah, the importance is it's very important. So you're talking like major fundamental changes, major fundamental changes in the expectations of where the market goes. Yeah, putback spread. You get a failure at 472, 480, it's like a giant fucking putback spread for the whole year of 2024. Like a lot of your ex-boyfriends. I'm not seeing the entire chat here. For some reason, I'm only seeing the Twitch chat. I don't know why that is. I'm going to refresh the chat. I'm not seeing the YouTube chat at all, like zero. So I'm on YouTube right now going to see what those guys are saying. I missed the entire YouTube chat today. I'm only reading. I don't know why I'm only reading Twitch. Maybe I'm signed in on the wrong. I think I have to switch my sign in so that I can see both chats. Trading 26 and 34 right now in 443s and 445s. Give me a big ass fucking payday today. Yeah, LLY. Hold on a second. I was gonna do some more earnings plays for the close too today. Hold on 1 second here. Eli Lilly just keeps on trucking. Thanks for following Black Pistoler. Pistoler? I don't know. Trading 439.77 right now. They gave me a fucking penny. They gave me a penny on my calls for tomorrow. Thanks, dealers. Trading 27 cents. Trading 35 on 445Cs for Wednesday. Dude, this is a good day. I'm probably gonna make 10 grand today. I'm happy. Trading 28 and 36 right now. Squeeze on up there. Taking 37 cents and 29 cents for tomorrow and Wednesday. Flat right now. I know what your feeling is. You're like, oh, dude, we're already at the lows, right? The opening price on it was $63. Dude, it needs a flush, dude. It needs a repricing. It needs to be reevaluated. It needs to be like $20 or $30. It needs that. It needs that, like, it needs to trade $40. It does. Those people that are in Zoom from $63, $61, there's other people that are in way lower than that. So it's here. We'll look at it real quick. Hold on a second. I'm flat right now, so you guys decide what you're gonna do. We're gonna go over to Zoom real quick. I think we're gonna go over to Zoom right now. That's not Zoom. We're gonna look at Zoom. What are you guys thinking of this close? I mean, the close is setting up right now for a gap up opening tomorrow. Yeah, it's setting up for a gap up tomorrow. It's setting up for it. I'm looking at SPY real quick. It's setting up the gap. It's setting up to fucking open at 445 tomorrow. It really is. 440. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Yeah, I see the 440. I see the 440. Like I see the 440.56. I see the 441.25 and the garbage 442.80. 443.52. Can we do it in cash market? Likely not. We can't do it in cash market, I don't think. So I'm out of these right now. So for me to buy these, I'd have to just buy them. So edit text. Not DCI. I'm out of these calls. Both these calls I'm out of. So buy calls. Buy Wednesday calls. Right there. So we'll look for this close. We'll look to see if there's whoop. Get rid of that. Get out of the way. So just follow me right here. Watch my cursor down here. Let me switch over to Spoos. SPY minute trigger. Yeah, minutes. Let's do minutes. What's going on down here? Take a look at SPY here. Yeah, I think that oil trade is where it's at. I think that oil trade is going to be, I think that fucking oil trade is going to be a banger. Let's just watch it right now. This is SPY down here. So right down here, if we can get a buy before the close of business today, right down here. So watch this right here. If we see price, just keep your eyes on that for tomorrow. Watch this cursor down here. If you see bars coming down into this close, where is that? 437.71. Yeah, I'm looking for. See if I can switch this to a 1 minute chart so you can get a bird's eye view on it. I mean, I would fucking buy this too. I'd buy this shit down here too. Just keep our eyes on it into this close. $0.22 for 443s for tomorrow. 21 cents, 22 cents. Wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Not 51. Fucking buying like fucking 23, 21, fucking 48 calls. Like I'm over here like clack, 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 clack. Just watching this right now. See if we can get a good dip buy in here. Paying attention to this close right now. Well, I'll stay with you till 4:15 because if we get enough blood here, if we get enough blood into this close down here, we can catch enough blood down here, just enough. We'll be buying that, so we'll wait and see. 19 cents right now in calls for tomorrow. 20 cents. A little bit more blood down here. A little bit more blood. A little bit more blood. More blood. Oh, missed that. Long 21 cents right now on 443 Cs for tomorrow. Bought some right in here. So I got some 443 Cs for tomorrow. We'll see how those go into tomorrow. I want to put some risk on and see. Now, I want to show you guys something here. So we're going to go back over to, see if I can. We're going to go to ES really quick. I think this is the one. Yeah, still a little bit of blood right now. I don't know if I'm going to hold this overnight. Hold on here. So this is the ES chart for overnight, so you can see it. Get rid of that so you can see that. It looks so nasty on a like the SPY chart looks so nasty. Just in the overnight, if you're gonna try to buy a dip, it's down here at 439.775. This is the only thing right here I'm concerned of. Could see some selling coming in the overnight, 9 a.m. That's the actual buy. Just be careful here. If you only trade cash market and can't hedge this right here, if you can't hedge this in futures, be wary of it because this could be, 9:30 in the morning, something like that. Let's look at the time frame here. So that's Monday at 1800, 2100. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the bulls here. Buy open. Definitely don't want to see the bears come in though and sell this shit down at 6 a.m. So if you can't, the only thing that I would say to you here, if I had anything to say to you here if you're a bull, would be your safest trade. Your safest trade is the open tomorrow. If you want to be bullish on tomorrow, your safest trade is the opening bell, not the gap up in the overnight. They're going to try to sell this on the open tomorrow at 43.97. You're going to see them try to sell that. Just be make sure that you're not trading your whole account with that shit. Be really careful. Yeah, 6 a.m. Be really careful. Your better trade is likely. Your best trade is likely going to be right down here on if this holds. So if this was tomorrow, come back and look at this. Your safest trade as a bull is going to be if they sell this bullshit. And you can buy this right here, right on the open. What you don't want to do is wake up at 6 a.m. and they're like, yeah, fuck you, we're going down here. Right? We're going to retest all that nonsense down there, erase the entire move from today. So if you're coming into the open buying this, probably a better trade. This gap up idea at 440 for tomorrow is dangerous trade. I'm in it right now. I've got them. So I've got some calls for tomorrow. Not a ton, so it's not a big position. But we'll see. We'll see how we open tomorrow. What's my expectations for us, though, for tomorrow? That we open doing this shit tomorrow. Right up in there. So I'll see you tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning. I want to say thanks for joining us today. And the sweet, talking directly to viewers. So I'll see all of you guys tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Back on live streaming every day again. Took a early week off last week. Tried to take some time for my brain and get back into the motion of things. I feel good today. Made good money today, so I'm pretty happy with the end of the day at this point. Have some money to piss away. And I will see you all tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Thanks for showing up today. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nino, good to see you. John Klopp, good to see you guys. Limit Buyer, Uncle JBJ. See all of you guys tomorrow, baby. Yeah, be careful at 6 a.m. By the way, I'm trying to, I don't know what that was. Just a heads up. I'm trying to move a bunch of money right now. I'm gonna do a series on trading futures. So if you want to trade futures, if you've never traded futures, if you've only traded cash market, I'm gonna do a quick video or two, maybe just a live stream on how to trade futures, how to trade Globex, basic trading of futures and Globex. And I might start trading futures with you guys in the next week or two. But I don't know if it's going to come together. No guarantee here. But if it does happen and I can do that with you guys, I'll trade futures with you for like a week or two. And we'll trade that. Get you guys. Need you guys to be able to hedge futures. If you can't hedge futures, you're just trading cash market. You're kind of like left-footed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Be there, man. See you then. So I trade futures right now on Tasty, and I was gonna leave some money on Tasty to trade futures with you guys for like 3 days, 5 days, something like that. Okay. So yeah, you guys can do it on find a platform. Throw like I don't know, $5,000 or something on a platform. 3,000. I think you can trade the micros with like $3,000 to $5,000, something like that. You should be good. So they're offering 24-hour trading on certain stocks now. I think so. Yeah. So Casey is saying something that I think is true. I think they're allowing you to trade like options against futures contracts on like a specific ETN, or an ETN or ETF that like mimics. Tell me if I'm wrong on that. Like options on futures or something. I don't know exactly what the fuck it is. Yeah, my methodology is a lot different. All I need to know is no. So the reason why futures traders watch this show is not because of the ups and downs. They know that the direction is pretty much right. So it's futures is easier trading. Well, there's caveats to that. If it goes against you, you don't have stops. You don't get a fill. You'll be walking up and down the street for a week or two, panicking. There's more risk in futures. I have a whole thing. I wrote it all down for you. So there's like a whole thing behind like carry costs. There's problems with like, let's say you're buying dips and we don't go back up again. You get caught upside down in a trade. It can be devastating. Yeah, I've traded futures, but I don't normally talk about it in stream. But I'm moving. So the reason I'm willing to do this is because I'm moving my options trading to a prime bank, and I still have some money in a margin account with Casey Trade, and I'm like, do I move that too, or do I? I've never had a problem with fills on Tasty with futures, so I'm like, maybe I leave that there and I trade that, like I do a series on it or something. I think for the micro, I think $3,000 to $5,000 will be enough. Somewhere in there, 3,000 to 5,000 to start trade micros. Maybe someone else could chime in and say that's not enough, or I'm usually trying to scalp futures mostly. Yeah, $3,000 to $5,000. I think you'd be fine trading ES. We could trade in Q too. I'm not opposed to trading either. So we'll talk about that in the coming week or so. I'm actually trying to move some money into a futures account on Tasty right now too. And it's not going well. So I'll see you guys on tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. I'm still sitting in these calls. I'm like, I got 5 minutes left to decide if I hold them. I do this shit all the time. I'm like, like it's 4:15. Am I gonna cut them loose and just start again tomorrow? That's what I think. I think 3,000 to 5,000 is enough for the micro. Is it U6 right now or something like that? So that's actually not a bad sign. Calls leaking value. I'm gonna throw some more on right now. Hold on. I'm gonna buy some more here. Thanks for saying something. So we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. So keep that in mind. That future stuff. You guys want to open a margin account somewhere. If you don't already trade futures, we'll trade some futures together. The nice part about futures is, if you like it's going that way, you don't care about those bumps along the way. You're just like long with some stops, we'll raise stops, and we'll get out if it turns on us. So I'll see all of you guys tomorrow. Definitely not the same, but you don't make as much money though, or you risk more to. That's hard to explain. You have a defined risk in options. If they burn on me, they burn on me. If this one way or another, so we got to talk about that. Yeah.